In 2017, I made one of the best decisions of my life. I decided to do a MBA degree, which started in Shanghai and then continued in Paris.
Our first school day. Are you guys excited?
No. I was. Yeah.
Nina, are you excited?
I am still so excited. I'm so happy.
The only positive one.
And then 2 years later, two pretty amazing but also very, very intense years. 2 years spent in living in two amazing but very different cities. 2 years filled with countless hours of classes, lectures, exams, many new friends, and even more sleepless nights. Some spent finishing up assignments and some spent dancing all night long and consuming extensive amounts of liquids. I finally graduated, surrounded by some of my best friends and my family in a graduation ceremony that happened in Paris. And here's how it went. So the graduation happened during summer, and having a very legit excuse to come back to Paris to just spend a couple of days hanging out in the city during the summer when the weather was so nice was just the best.
It is official, you guys. I am back in Paris. The amount of people here is absolutely crazy, insane. So many tourists. And now I'm one of them. I don't live here anymore. Welcome guys, welcome back to another vlog. Welcome to beautiful Paris. I am so excited to be back here. I never thought I will be that excited to be back in Paris, but you know what? I am very excited.
On our second but technically first full day in Paris, we wanted to take advantage of the beautiful weather and we did a little tour to Paris. We basically just walked all around the city, which is something my family always really enjoys to do. We all love walking.
It is Thursday morning and we are sort of searching for breakfast and sort of heading to where I used to live in Paris. So basically I used to live in 3 different places, and for a couple of months I used to live in 17, which is actually a really nice area.
I must say that Paris is probably one of these big cities that are much more easy to love when you're not living there and you're just visiting, and you don't really have to deal with the daily struggles like stinky metro, tiny living spaces, and hordes of tourists. You basically become a tourist yourself anyways. All jokes aside, Paris is obviously a beautiful, beautiful city. And these couple of days I spent in Paris this summer sort of reminded me why everyone is so obsessed with Paris, which is something that is not necessarily that easy to remember when you are living in Paris.
You guys, one thing, I know it's freaking obvious what I'm just about to say, but oh my god, I honestly feel like I almost forgot how beautiful Paris is. This city is just mind-blowingly, is that a word? It's so beautiful, crazy.
Anyways, coming back to the city after more than half a year of separation allowed me to look at Paris with more fresh view, and it really made me appreciate Paris a little bit more than I did before.
For those of you that are new here, I used to live in Paris. I did my MBA degree here. I did it half in Shanghai and then the other half in Paris. So I do have so many good memories connected to this place. And the reason why I am back in Paris is because I have a graduation ceremony this Friday. So I am officially graduating. Basically that's what you do at the graduation ceremony, which is obviously really exciting, but it's even more exciting because that is an opportunity to meet my friends. Since my school is pretty international, we are basically all spread out around the world, and literally all my friends are all over. So it's going to be really nice to see people again and party. Excited to party. And the reason why I'm wearing this bathrobe is because I'm heading to the pool. My family's already there. And I use this opportunity to vlog because I swear every time I vlog, my mom is like disturbing me. It's very hard to vlog with your family. Let's get that party started and let's head down to the pool.
And then Friday was the official day of my graduation.
I'm getting ready for the graduation. This is what I'm wearing. You cannot see. Can you see? No, maybe here. I'm getting ready to finally graduate once for all. Probably last time in my life since I am 25, and it was an MBA degree. So props, last time attending a school in my life. Although who knows? To be honest, I kind of like school, so you never know. Also, one more thing I wanted to show you. Only in Paris, your soap is from Bottega Veneta. How funny.
So my graduation happened in the 10th, which is funny enough where my adventure with Paris started. I actually spent my very first month living in Paris in the 10th district.
Good morning, Paris. Look how Parisian I'm being. I'm carrying a baguette.
Seeing all my friends and being reunited after a while was just such a bless, and it was just a very nice way to end these last 2 years that we shared together. A little warning, it's gonna get a little emotional now. Being in Paris and graduating with so many people I care about really made me realize that doing this MBA degree really was one of the best decisions of my life. It was basically one big adventure and a huge learning experience. I've learned so many new things during these 2 years, both in classroom but also outside. I grew so much as a person, and I've learned so much about other people, but also, most importantly, about myself. And I will be forever grateful for all these experiences I had and all these amazing people I met. All these trips we did together and crazy parties, and most important of all, these random Tuesday nights spent drinking wine and eating Indian food at Needy's room. All these memories of the last 2 years I spent at IFA will always have a very special place in my heart.
How does it feel to graduate, Dana?
Oh, don't get me started because really good, really bad, sad, dual.
It's crazy how fast time just goes by, you know? I literally feel like I just came to Paris. I honestly still remember when I was applying for my MBA degree and like being all nervous if I get in, and now I'm done and I graduated and it's all over. It's just crazy how fast time passes by. But honestly, I'm just so freaking grateful that I decided to do this degree and that it gave me a chance to live both in Shanghai and in Paris. And with Shanghai, it was like more obvious, meaning, okay, it's green. With Shanghai, I kind of, lived in Shanghai before, so I always wanted to live there. But with Paris, it was more unexpected / like, if not this particular degree, I would never apply for a school in Paris. I would never live in Paris because Paris was just never a city that was on my mind. So I'm just really excited that I got this chance to live in this beautiful city. I'm just so happy that I made all the decisions that I made that, lead me to this degree and to this life and to all these friends that I met here. Because obviously at the end of the day, everything is about people. People are what makes your life.
So the day after graduation, my family left Paris and I moved to the northeast part of the city with my friend Nina. which is actually where we used to live for the last couple of months of our stay in Paris. Yes, we actually used to live in like 3 different places in Paris. Anyways, this is definitely not the fanciest part of Paris. This is definitely not your typical Parisian tourist destination, but we do have so many good memories attached to this place, and it was just so nice to come back home and get some rosé in our old supermarket and hang out by the channel.
What are we getting, Nina? Let's get that party started. We are back in our old hood, which you actually don't know because I didn't film here when we lived here because it's kind of creepy. No! What was I saying? Oh yeah. I was saying that I didn't really film much here because 1, there's not much to film here, but 2, it's also kind of creepy to film too near to where you live and put it out on the internet. But now I don't live here anymore, so I can film. We are heading to our old Banprix to get some alcohol so we can party tonight and celebrate our degree.
The best thing about living in Paris is that whenever you spend a long night drinking wine and dancing, the next day you can wake up and go to a bakery where you get yourself a fresh baguette and some lovely pastry. And oh my god, I mean, I guess I don't have to say it because it's obvious, but French pastry is just so good. It's definitely one of the things that I miss the most. I mean, my friends and pastry. Yeah, those are the 2 things that I miss the most about Paris.
And then in the morning, Mum's Australian friend. Mate, at the end of every sentence, then you're just gonna be like, how's your coffee, mate?
We're like getting really emotional since yesterday, talking about how sad it is that it's probably our last time being all together. Or I mean, you never know, but like all together, you know, like all, like
Yeah.
all
together. In one place that is like attached to memories. You know,
where we have so many good memories.
Yeah.
Like obviously Nina and I will meet and all that, you know, and but you never know how life turns out, especially when people are from so many different places around the world and it's just so far to go and see people. But I guess the only thing we can do is be grateful that it's happened, that we had all these amazing experiences and memories.
Being able to look back at that part of my life that I spent living in this beautiful city will always mean a lot to me. And even though it's not something I necessarily shared on my YouTube channel, I did have a very, very good time in Paris, especially towards the end, the last couple of months I spent there. And to be honest, the reason why I didn't share it on YouTube that much was simply because I was just having so much fun and I was just really enjoying myself and I was just really enjoying my life. And yeah, I just didn't even feel the need to share it with anyone. So these couple of days I spent in Paris this summer was not just a really good time, but it also really changed my mind about Paris. And it did make me realize that I actually do like Paris more than I thought.
So we were having our last dinner in Paris, and obviously we chose a Indian restaurant because, well, majority of our friends here in Paris were Indian, so we used to eat Indian food all the time, so it's like a good place for last dinner in Paris.
And it was actually the very first time ever I was sitting on a plane back home to Warsaw. And it was the very first time ever in my life that I realized that I could potentially see myself coming back to Paris one day.
Bye, Nina!
So who knows, Paris? I will hopefully see you soon.